Hello. Welcome to this free service that we do every Saturday at encodedfrequency.com. Please feel free to type your questions, your comments, what's going on in your life, and I'm going to do my best to get questions from you guys. We're going to have a little bit light language transmission, and at the same time, I have a team. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know if the sound is okay. And why I wanted to talk about dreams? Because I have been having lots of dreams lately. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Please share with me if you have any dreams that you would like to know or figure out the meaning or how you can understand, translate. Let me see if I can see the comments on my feed. Okay. Yes, I can. Give me a second. I think we are okay today. So I am having a lot of different dreams and I am always very active on dreams. And today I wanted to share 8 tips about, I did a video for the supporters group and I tried to integrate and allow how we can integrate dreams. This is what happens when we sleep. I studied psychology in university. I didn't finish the career, but I remember that one of the courses, it was about dream. I learned back then that we have 1 hour, we have one complete cycle between the deep sleep and the light sleep. Sometimes we have longer periods of deep sleep. Sometimes we have longer periods of the light sleep, and that makes a difference between you remember or not. We dream all night, every time, constantly. At least we have 1 dream per hour. Why we don't remember? For many reasons, but we need sleep, and sometimes yes. In order for us to survive, our physical body needs to sleep. Like drink water, get sun, breathe, get food is a basic need. But what happens when we sleep? Sometimes when we dream a lot, you feel like you didn't rest. That sometimes happens to me because I sort of feel like I had like a second job in my dream. And that's why sometimes we don't remember. That could be a reason, because our body regenerates our cells, our organs, our blood, our oxygen, and we give a break to our brain, to our mind, to our body, so they start a regeneration process for us to be more healthy. That is what normally happens when we sleep at the physical level, at 3D level. But at the energetic level, we do have 2 playgrounds where we engage into different activities. We have the lower realm and we have the higher realm. I hope that makes sense. In the lower realm, we're going to clear karma. We're going to have sort of training practices. Like, for example, I have trouble to set boundaries. It's part of my personality because I am a giver. And sometimes I'm going to have dreams where I need to protect myself or say no in order for me to practice. It doesn't mean that I'm being attacked. It's just like a role play that your guy set up with some shadows or entities, so we acquire a lesson. Sometimes you're going to have dreams where someone is lying to you or cheating on you or things like that. It could be another timeline. It doesn't mean it's going to happen in this one, but it has an encoded message for us to decipher. I hope that makes sense. So in the lower level, we can do a lot of things. It is where we work our shadow. It is when you feel attacked, that you have attachments, entities, nightmares, things like that. For me, entities are my own inner battles. I don't believe in demons, things like that. I think feeling attacked is kind of a way to victimize myself. And it doesn't mean I haven't felt attacked. I have. I have had nightmares and sort of energy attacks, but I have learned that if it is happening, it is for a reason. I hope that makes sense. Please take this information and use your discernment and take whatever resonates with you. If you feel like you need to protect yourself, go ahead and do it. But for me, I have noticed that I am always protected. My guys are always there. And if they know I don't know how to handle, the other day I was fighting with an entity and I was shooting beams of light like, and then I felt very powerful because I never fight. It's something that I don't know how to do in real life. I never fight. I avoid fighting. I hate it. But in my dream, I felt like a kick-ass and I was shooting beams of light into a shadow. And then my guys pulled me out of the dream, and then I woke up and I said, I got it. I didn't need a help, right? So, but sometimes I am not handling this correctly. And then I'm going to notice that I have an entity, and then I'm going to start running up. And then when I feel the fear permeating my being, my guys wake me up. It's sort of like when you have a toddler or a kid or a pet and you let it be a little bit, trying to decipher if your son or your pet or someone that you are carrying knows how to figure out by himself. So that person can develop resiliency probably, or a certain skill. I hope that makes sense. So whenever I am not handling this correctly, my guys are going to intervene and wake me up. I had a dream where I saw an entity trying to sneak out in my bedroom, and I got very upset. And in my dream, I saw that I went to a kitchen and I was yelling at my guys, and my guys were like playing poker. And I was saying like, what are you guys doing? Don't you see I have an entity trying to enter my room? Then I wake up. So whatever happens is all our illusion. This is an illusion. Dreaming is an illusion. And source is part of the illusion. So choose the way, because it does not matter what happened. It just matters what you do with it. But sometimes we go back and forth trying to sink in a new aspect of us. Like, for example, for me, setting boundaries. I have been learning to set boundaries, and it's something that now I have been feeling very proud of myself when I do correctly, but sometimes I'm going to go back and forth, and then I did it correctly. So this is what happened in the lower realm. Sometimes you're going to go to shitty places because it's the ether. Those things are not real at all. It's whatever people imagine and has an intention. They are like holographic virus programmers. Like when you have a virus in your computer or on your phone, it's not real. It's kind of like a bad thing. It's just something that someone created and put it out there, and then for some reason we contacted it. Maybe it is because we have the tools to heal it. Maybe it is because we are learning not to be afraid. Everything people dream, imagine, like violent video games, violent movies, horror movies, things like that, they're going to be in the ether. The ether, it is kind of like a layer that vibrates all around Gaia, and is a lower frequency. You're gonna have ghosts, kind of like demons, shadows, things that are scary, that someone created because we are God. They are not. I think they are soulless. They are dark entities that have soul, but that will be us. That will be us when we are mean, when we hurt intentionally, when we want to do bad things, humans or in other realities. And sometimes you will create your own attachment, like negative attachment, that will guide you how to be more dark, more bad, but it's not the majority of the people. And I do believe we don't encounter those things unless you have a contract for something. But your guys, is not that they forget about you, they miss the watch and an entity come. If an entity come, it was meant to be for a reason, some reason. Maybe we don't know. But our job is to figure out what we need to do. Sometimes it is because we have weekend spots. Like, for example, I was dreaming my daughter and my son, they were watching a horror movie because my son loves them. But my daughter is very sensitive. So she was dreaming with the monsters on the movie, and then her soul picked me up because she couldn't handle. And then my soul wake up, and then in my dream I was telling her, I told you not to watch those movies anymore. And then I saw that in my home, the doors were open. That represented that our aura got weakened because of the fear that caused that terror movie. I hope that makes sense. So everything is a metaphor of a metaphor of a metaphor. If you have any encounter with any entity attachment or anything, you can call for support. Archangel Michael, Jesus, Buddha, whoever you trust, Violet Flame, dragons. Dragons are excellent protectors. But you can do it for yourself. Because at the energy level, you can do anything you want to. You can fly. You can have powers. You can multiply yourself. You can change form. You can have a sword. You can do whatever you want to. It's just we don't believe we can do whatever we want to. But it is a process. Okay, now let's go to the fun part. And I entered a little bit early to talk about this, but later on I'm gonna get questions from your guides. What happens in the higher playground? You connect with your guides, you visit other timelines like Pleiadians, Arcturians, the Celestial realms, the kingdoms under Manchasta, probably Egypt, probably the elementals. You have the soft and easy and awesome and magic experience about being awake. I hope that makes sense. We also review our blueprint. Sometimes we go to school. Sometimes we create new agreements. Let's say that I lost my job. This is just an example. Probably in dream state, I'm going to go and looking for who in my soul family can hire me or can give me any assistance. We do all of those things. We don't remember because it will be overwhelming to know, and it will take part of the surprise factor for us to have the illusion that we don't remember. Welcome for being here. So we play the role that we don't remember, and we're trying to remember who we really are, but it's all an illusion. Sometimes we get caught in the illusion and we got sad, freaked out, upset, whatever. But even being joyful and peaceful and in love is part of the illusion. But those are illusions that we like, at least I like, right? But everything will be an ingredient of our own experience. Another thing, maybe we can have common ground dreams. Like, for example, dreaming with a friend, dreaming with your twin flame, dreaming with your mother. Sometimes, let's say that I dream with my grandmother. It doesn't mean it's a grandmother that raised me and died. It may be another aspect of my grandmother. So often, when I dream about my grandmother that is now my guide, she looks completely different from the pictures I have from her. Sometimes she looks like a elder of Lemuria. Most of the time she looks like very shamanic, very earthy, very grounded. My grandma was a Leo. Sometimes she looks like a lioness. Sometimes she looks like the one that I remember. Because in the astral realm, we have multiplicity. We are multidimensional beings. We are many in one energy that it will be our higher self. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to explain that another video. So I go into details. So you can visit other realities. You can visit someone that you know from another life. Maybe you visit the one from this life. So things can be a little bit confusing. So now probably you guys are asking, okay, well, that's fine. Now, how am I going to figure out the dreams? Okay, I'm going to check into my notes because I got 8 things that I do so I can figure out what's happening to me. First of all, first step, wake up slowly. Because if you wake up because your alarm is buzzing, you are going to disconnect from the dream world and you are going to reconnect to awake reality, I think is how it will be in English. So you're not going to remember. It happens to me sometimes. I say, oh, I remember something, but now I don't remember. It's because I forgot to anchor my dream. But if you wake up slowly and stay in your bed for a few minutes, at least a minute, you can rewind yourself and try to access the information that it is still available. What you're going to remember is not going to be what really happened. It's going to be what your mind, physical mind, can understand from the subconscious and can figure it out in a metaphoric form about what really happened. For example, if I saw a movie in French, I don't know French, I probably can understand a little bit because of whatever I can pick up from my Spanish and my English. And then from what is happening in the scene, probably I have the 40% about what happened. I can say, oh, I think they're divorcing because I think the guy cheated on her and I think she knew. So she now is looking for another partner. I can figure out a story based on what I could pick up. But maybe it's going to be a big percentage that I couldn't understand because I don't know French. Does that make sense? So whatever you don't remember, it is because you don't have the language to translate it here, in this dimension. It doesn't mean you don't have it within. It means you have it in a different language. That's why it's good to do light language. Like the memories from when I was a baby, I can access because I don't remember baby language anymore. But if I hypnotize myself, I will bring them into this present moment. That's why hypnotherapy, meditation are great tools to remember, to practice how to remember. Another thing, explore the nirvana state. When you wake up, you are between timelines. Sometimes we're gonna see a lot of nonsense stuff. It doesn't mean it's real in this reality. We're just passing by through different realities like lenses that have different perceptions. I hope that makes sense. So explore what you see. It may be a message encoded for you. Maybe the message is just to observe. You don't need to understand because if you need to understand, you would figure out one way or another. If I need to know, Spirit will make sure I saw 333 100 times during the day. So I say, okay, what do you want to say? Okay, Google 333, what does that mean? Okay, it means that the Ascended Masters are with me. Does that make sense? Thank you. Welcome. So, energy management, that is another thing. Like my daughter, that she's sensitive and she cannot see horror stuff. Of course, she has nightmares. So before going to sleep, set the mood for what you would like to explore in your dream time. I suggest meditation before sleep. It's the greatest thing we can do. We can give us a massage in our food. You can put some oil. You can sleep with a crystal. You can have a salt bath and relax and clear the energy of everything that happened during the day. So you reset and start over with a new frequency. Another thing it is, set your intentions. When I wanted to remember, I was every day. In Spanish, it will be a bad word, but in English, it will sound like stubbornly asking my guys, hey, I want to remember, I want to remember, I want to remember, I want to remember. Until I started remembering. You have to set your intentions for your energy to know what you want that matches your conscious and your unconscious mind. I hope that makes sense. If you don't set intentions, it's like running a company without telling your employees what you want them to do. They will do whatever they want to because they don't have instructions. So set instructions, set intentions. I want to go to Pleiades. I want to go to visit my twin flame. I want to go and manifest. Whatever you want to. If you don't want to remember because you want to sleep, you can also set that intention. You know what? I don't want to be waking up every night 2, 3, 4 a.m. I want to full sleep because I have to work tomorrow. Command it and it's going to be done. Another thing it is surrender through your own processes. Again, if you need to remember, Spirit will make sure you remember one way or another, like when I started seeing angels out of the blue because it was sort of a celestial intervention. Whatever must happen, it will happen. If you don't know, it's part of your own processes, discovering what you need to know. So let it go. But a practice for you to know it is, this is another step. Practice with your intuition. You can go back to the dream if you remember and say, oh, okay, I was running with bunnies. What the hell that must be? Okay, probably I can Google what bunnies represent. Probably they said it is abundance. So maybe I'm running into the dreams I want to manifest. Whatever your intuition says, trust it and sink in. If you cannot figure it out, you can say to you guys, hey, I want to figure it out, my encoded messages, but I am blocked. Give it to me again and again and again in a way I understand it until I figure it out. Because I want to learn to listen to my intuition. Now, intuition is the voice of your guides, of your higher self, of your soul. But put it out there and let it go. Because the more you insist, the more block you are going to feel. This is how it must be done, I believe. You put it out there and then you detach from the outcome to just let it be as is meant to be. Sometimes we are not meant to know some things you don't want to know. It is part of our own experience. And the last thing, stay positive. Whatever you see, whether that it was part of the lower realm or the higher realm, stay positive. If you had a dream and it was very scary about something that triggered something within you, said, okay, maybe I don't know to figure out, maybe I didn't solve it the correct way, but I know one day I will, or I'm in the process. So be honest with you, be honest with the way that you react, and then change it into something positive, because the more positive we are, the more in alignment we vibrate. I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys think this is helpful. Let me see if I have any questions. You guys want me to do you guys want me to do the light language first, and then we can go from the questions of your guides? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me see. You guys can share with me any experiences that you have during dream state. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Okay, let me see if I have any questions. If I don't have any questions, I'm going to go with a little bit of language transmission. Okay, Faye saying that she couldn't sleep last night. I took a sleep pill, melatonin, and then I overslept. I used to take sleeping pills at one time in my life. I always suffer from insomnia because my mind is busy, because I'm a Virgo. And every time I worry or I had problems, I couldn't sleep. And it was very stressing and draining because the next day I felt like shit, literally. I never liked to drink, but in some point of my life, a friend said, just take a hot bath and drink a cup of wine and that will do. And yes, that will do, but then I will wake up a couple hours later. And then I tried many things and nothing worked until I started meditation. When I started meditation, I figured out that I was putting my meditation and then in another window binaural beats, like soft frequencies, like for 9 hours, and then I will start sleeping with my headphones, and that helped me to get deep sleep at the beginning, so I would normalize my cycles. But another thing that I learned to do, and I forgot to add it into the tips, it is breathe. Breathe. We can do it if you want to, like a practice. Breathe, relax yourself, focus on your breathing. But if you wake up at the middle of the night and then you cannot sleep, what I normally do is I put a meditation and then I go back. I don't, well, not all the time, but 90%, I try not to struggle with whatever it is happening, because sometimes guys take advantage that we are not sleeping so they can give us messages or things or whatever, but it's going to depend. We're all different. Probably you could get some tea or some herbal thing oil that will help you to sleep. That helps you. But for me, breathing is very, 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 very important. And then create a ritual for your body to know that it's time to rest. Like when you have babies, that you bathe them, and then sometimes you wrap them with a lavender massage, whatever, and then you feed them, and then you put them in the bed. Kind of do a ritual for you where your body knows it's time to rest, because the body needs to sleep in this reality. At some point, we're not going to need sleep anymore. But right now, we still need it. Some people are okay with 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Others, like me, I need like at least 8, 9, or 11. The more I sleep, the better I feel. But we are all different. So tune into your intuition, into your body, channel your body to know what you need to know for you to balance your sleep times. If you guys don't have any questions, I will go and do a little bit of light language, and we can go with that. Yes, a little bit of light language. I'm gonna make a sound and then I'm gonna do a little bit of relaxation. And then if you guys have any questions from you guys, we can go with the flow. If you can, and if you want to, put your hands in a prayer position and call upon the light as you higher self to be in charge, your guides to assist you to receive whatever that is meant for you to receive today. And set for the highest intention for whatever you need, whether that is healing, guidance, or activation. Center yourself inside of a pillar of light that comes all the way from Source, inviting Creator of all that it is to come and meet you in the physical. We're going to feel as if you have a bubble of light above your crown. When you feel guided, you can imagine that you can hold it. You can even elevate your hands if you feel guided. And just feel the life force, the unconditional love coming from Source. Niki ashta koromari etiri asara ake eshka. And cancel any other sound that takes you away from the light. Any other feeling, any other idea that disconnect you from the Source, from the connection with Creator of all that it is. Niaki ashka to okoro ore aseri aki ashka. In the bubble of light, the sphere of light, that it could be in any color that you wish. As you have your arms at the size of your waist, of the shark, of your heart, is going to represent God, the Source for whatever you need now. And I would like to invite you to breathe into that sphere of light, that it could be golden, silver, pink, green. Maybe it has a mint color. Maybe it's aquamarine, maybe it's blue, maybe it's purple. Maybe it changed into many colors. And as you breathe, hold the light and exhale. And do that for a few minutes. If you get disconnected, if you lose connection, go back to breathing into your own Source sphere of light. And stay there, permeating all the light that you can absorb, siphoning Source, summoning Source, your Source. Let's begin. The more you breathe, we ask you to shift the energy of your auric field and be aware about the left and the right, in the back and in front of you, increasing your frequency throughout your breathing. And we are Pleiadians. Your light bodies are going to be activated now. Ni ashka ti ese kori iki eshka oko oso iki eshka. Tune into your sphere of light that holds the alchemy for what you need now. We ask for permission to grant you into the grid of light of Mother Gaia. If the permission is granted, your aura will flow throughout the leylands of Gaia, her chakras, the sacred temples, creating a grid the size of the planet, providing foundation and a healing chamber. And you are going to feel lighter and brighter. Niki ashka koro mari itire asari eki eshka. As if you are inside of this sphere that is in your hands. The sphere is going to spin and spin and go around and around. And you're going to feel very relaxed, but very energized. Very relaxed, but full of light and love. Very connected around your auric field. That light is strong, is bright, is soft. Sinking into the light. Picture yourself inside of the sphere of light in your hands, as if you are creator of all that it is. Ni ishka te ikiara tiri asara okuri mariana ashka. The higher frequencies of the language of the light is going to whisper through your ears. Listen with your soul. Ni ashka te ikiara koromari iki eshka ko uso iki eshka. You may imagine that you are a piano and God will play for you. Each sound will create an alchemy. Niki ashka koro tiria kiara ashka. Kiara tiri asoro oki eshka koro mari iki ena. Kiate eshka okora ni asa aria tri eshka. Kure tiria kara tri asorosh kiara niana. Niri maria tri asorosh kiara koro turi kiara tri eki ashka okoro ikiara kire sera. Nina tira tri esha kiara kotoro ukria ki eshka. Pleading High Priest are inside of the sphere with you. Receive our blessings. Ti ikira tiri ashka, kurumari akira turu oshka ikiina. If you're able to, move your fingers. Place your hands upside up to receive blessings. Pleiadian blessings. Niri kiara tiri ashar koriana serikara tarish kuriki ashkata sarikiana kira. Niri kiara turu kurumariki ashkate akosoro oki ashkate kira. We ask for permission to download a key code to balance your sleep and awake cycle. Nikira tiri ashkara kira arasara kori iki ashkate kira koriki ashka. We ask for permission to download Love, Light, Joy. Nikia tikiera kara ishka tara osoro kireshka tikiera karatri ikeshka. And lastly, we ask for permission to download a key code for integration, balance, and equilibrium. You may place your hands as you feel comfortable. Nikia teki ira ara asaro orikieshka ti iki ishka ti iki ina. You may feel as if you are walking on clouds. The clouds represent the sacred light all around you. Notice that you are being grounded throughout the ley lines of Gaia and her crystalline grid. Perhaps you can notice the adjustment, the calm, the peace. Take a couple seconds to breathe and anchor the light. As the transmission is complete, the grid is going to be uplifted now. Take a couple moments to go back to your center Wake up slowly. Anchor the light. You can ask your higher self, is there anything you need to know right now? You can move your shoulders, your back, your hands, your neck. Call upon the light and anchor that into your present moment. I'm gonna ask you guys to assist you in anything, whatever that you need right now where you are, and whoever is going to watch this video in the future. Don't disconnect, just keep yourself connected. I hope you guys like it and enjoy it. Let me see if I have any questions. Thank you, Berta. I appreciate you. God bless you. I hope that is multiplied in million blessings. Lisa Steele. What a beautiful name, Lisa. I would love any messages at this time, of course. Let me see what comes. Okay, what's coming for you, it is frequency of Lara. This is like yellow frequencies, and the guys are saying be courageous to love and be courageous to shine into the light. I hope that makes sense, Lisa. Let me see, Faye Robbins. Any message from my galactic family? Yes, let me see. Okay, Faye, work with your sacral chakra and your soul plexus. This is your Orion family. You are working into very deep polarities right now. Probably it could be like rest and being awake. It could be between peace and having a little bit of anxiety. Maybe that's why you cannot sleep. I think you worry too much. So you have to train your mind to go steady. It's just required practice. We can all achieve it. We can all do that. My mind is so busy that when I started meditating, I couldn't concentrate, but now it's like a piece of cake. So within time and within practice, the best way you can do it is choose a new belief that will go against the one that helps you to worry or to think a lot. If I'm correct, this is, I think, why you have insomnia. I think you are thinking a lot of things, and then your mind is so busy that it doesn't engage with rest. What I do, it is, I have 3 programs, 3 beliefs that help me to cut the drama and then engage with peace or balance or faith or whatever I need. One of them, it is no big deal. I read a book from Pema Chodron that is called Peace in Times of War, I believe, and it was one of her mantras, no big deal. So whatever is happening is no big deal. Don't escalate it like little kid. And I remember myself, don't escalate things. Like, for example, let's say that someone didn't say hi to me, and probably I could say, maybe she doesn't like me. Maybe she thinks I'm a whore. Maybe don't think on those things. Froze that and change. And like, for example, Esther Hicks, she said, think of blue butterflies. I remember that from a few years ago when I used to listen to her. Think on something you enjoy. Some people, some therapists will say you can think on puppies or babies, something that will anchor you into a different state, or someone you love that also helps. Other program that I have, it is when I don't know what to do, when I feel blocked or stuck, I said, I always figure it out. I always figure out, because I always do. one way or another. Maybe it doesn't happen when I want to, but sooner or later I will figure it out. No big deal. If it doesn't happen in this one, I'm an infinite being of light. It will happen in the next one, whatever. Another program that I said that I use a lot to talk to myself, it is, the world may be failing, but I'm gonna be okay. So I cut it. I cut that source of negativity or disconnection or whatever, and I shift into another state. I hope that helps. Yes, I'm gonna go into your questions. Joanne, any messages for me, please? Yes, it's best when you guys send a specific question. But Joanne, what I am seeing for you, it is guys for Vega, and what they're saying right now, it is a long time. A long time it is that sometimes in order for the world outside of us fall into a different reality, you think too much? Okay, John, for us, you and I, and maybe all others, to have different reality, sometimes you just have to stop the current from within and take some time alone to recapitulate, to take an inventory about where we are, where we have been, and where we are going. But most importantly, what we want to become. It's not because we feel stuck or blocked, it is because we are changing direction. Like when you are driving, but you are going to suddenly go to the left, you have to sort of stop so you have the capacity to turn. Yeah, so that is a good thing. But sometimes when we stop a little bit and have time alone, we're able to listen to ourselves. We're able to integrate whatever is happening in the world inside of us. We're able to get guidance, to listen to ourselves. That happens to me. So I hope that helps. Let me know if that resonates with you. And let me drink a little bit of my chocolate. Christine Khan, any message for me? Yes, let me. Christina, what I'm getting, it is that what I'm getting for you, it is that ground more, and if you feel like going against the current, cocoon yourself. But if you cocoon yourself too much, you're not going to develop that survival warrior, resilient aspect of you that take up on any challenges and go, how do I say that in English? and go and kick it and nail it, because you are strong or violent, brave, not because you are tough, but because when you feel weak, you still went for it. So this is kind of like, I'm seeing you kind of like this. I don't know if you're very sensitive or very moody, or you just like to be in your own space. I love to be in my own space. I love it. That if I stay with myself and my own weirdness, I'm not gonna have any connection with the outside world. So allow yourself to step out a little bit and tune into new ideas, new friends, new things that you can do, so you can invite them. And then when you go inside of yourself in your own space, you can integrate new aspects of you. I hope that helps. Please let me know. This is what I am seeing. I'm seeing like you're clearing a lot. Probably your energy looks a little bit magenta. Probably it has to do with your divine feminine. Getting that you should ground a little bit more. You're grounded, but maybe ground a little bit more, and then take away those barriers and allow yourself to engage with life as it comes. I hope that helps. And Belinda, yes, can I have a message from you galactic guys? Yes. Maybe it's not that galactic, but I'm having Lemurian for you. I'm having Lemurian, like priestesses. They have like moons and crowns with moons in their face, and they look magenta. Magenta is the color of high priest. It's color of the divine feminine, the Shaktis, the Sophia, the energy of Gaia, that it is feminine, but that is strong. I hope that makes sense for you, Belinda. So tune into what I'm getting the message it is tune into your divine feminine, because it's very strong and very powerful, as equal as the masculine or more, and then let it flow through you from your core, and then allow it to shift into miracles and magicality and a lot of things. Christine says it helps so much. Yes. Yes, thank you. Say it like me, like, no big deal. I'll figure it out one way or another. This is just like a movie. If you don't like the movie, just change the movie. Sometimes we need to become our best friends and then pull it out from whatever we feel and then do it, whatever. Because it doesn't matter what we do. It does not matter. Guys sometimes said to me, it doesn't matter what you choose. Like right now, I'm going to change timeline. I kind of know where I'm going, but I don't know yet. It's just my intuition is very badass. So I know that I have different possibilities. So I'm dreaming with those possibilities. Some of those possibilities are physical. And I'm trying to allow myself to be open. So I figure out what I like the most from all the possibilities that I see that I can become. So destiny, it isn't fixed, because it's something that is happening to me right now. I am seeing different currents, but I don't know yet what I will enjoy the most or what will be like for my highest good. I was asking for my higher self to choose, but then my guy said to me, you choose. It's your life. Whatever you choose is going to be your highest good, because you're going to put your heart on it. But you have to discern what you want and what you would like to become with what is going to come for you. And I was like, okay, go ahead. But sometimes those things doesn't happen out of the blue. There is a certain process to integrate that timeline. Susan, a message. Yes. Oh, okay. Embrace your emotions. And right now what's coming, it is Pleiadian energy. Something that Pleiadians have, it is they are so sensitive. Pure Pleiadians is an aspect that they have, that sometimes they negate or avoid emotions because it's too toxic. I can't do that, right? And we all have that a little bit, but allow every emotion to be felt, allow every emotion to reveal to you what it is the encoded message, and then embrace that with ease and grace as if it's coming from your inner child. Like sometimes when we are little child, I remember that I felt very vulnerable, like I needed protection, I needed a lot of things, and sometimes those things were not available to me, and then we can feel sort of like safe to go there. But right now we are mature, we are strong, we know where we are going the majority of the time. And we are learning the tools so we can remember. But every emotion, it has a strong guidance for us, even though if it's crying. So embrace every emotion. I think you are a healer, and your sensitivity, it must be very powerful. So allow yourself to feel, and then use your own discernment and your own intuition to understand why you are feeling that. And what I do, it is, okay, is that my, or who it is it? Is it for this life or for other life? How do I get rid of, let's say that I'm talking about sadness. But sometimes in order for me to understand why I felt out of the blue crying, I have to cry a little bit. Because if I don't, I block myself in my throat like. So whatever you feel, even if it's toxic or positive or negative or anger, feel it a little bit and then decide what you want to do with it. But sometimes in those moments, we have to be our guides and develop a very intimate connection through our own intuition so we know what to do. I hope that helps. Let me see. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your words. Mary Magdalene in a channeling when I was doing the Twin Flame course, she was saying that part of her own journey, it was to explore the frequency of every emotion, but at the same time to go very deep with it. So she would spend like, I don't know, like probably 6 or 5 hours alone in herself in outdoors, noticing, because she was very sensitive, the different frequencies of each feeling and emotion, and exploring herself, her body, her feelings, her sensuality, her love, her shadow, every aspect of herself. That's why she was able to become who she is, and the ones who feel attracted to her own legacy will learn a lot. But in her case, in that life, at least the one that I'm tuning in, it's about divine union and sacred love and sacred sensuality and stuff like that. And she said that to me, that she needed to tune into those aspects that sometimes you don't want to because it's a taboo or you're afraid or whatever, and then tune into, and then allow yourself to feel, to observe, and then to decide what you want to do with it. I hope that makes sense. Let me see if thank you so much. If I have any more comments. Anna, any message for me, please? Yes. Okay. Oh, you have Lyran guides, and this is very strong. Okay. Let me balance the energy. They are showing me that your energy is vibrating very high. If you haven't noticed yet, you will very soon. It feels like you are upgrading yourself, your technology, your chakras into a higher level. Maybe you are experiencing some adjustments like hyper, drain, things like that, moody, peace, calm, joyful, confused. Allow the process to integrate with ease and grace. Something that you guys are saying, it is self-love. It is no luxury, nor to yourself. Allow yourself to be in tune with every step of your own process as you integrate. I think what they're saying, it is about your gifts being activated in the next probably 2-3 months. So whatever you feel, embrace it with grace, but go with your own flow, go with your own pacing. I hope that makes sense. Susan. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate. I hope that helps, Anna. Let me see. Susan, I would love a message. Yes. Okay, Susan, for you, I'm getting Arcturians and I'm getting Pleiadians. Pleiadians, they are talking about positive imbalance. What does that mean? Positive. Okay, I think what they are talking, it is that even though sometimes we don't feel imbalance, it is because our energy shift and we are finding a new synergy in our own energy where we can upgrade ourselves into high. So even when you feel unbalanced, it's not a bad thing because you are finding a new balance that you were not used to. It is like learning how to ride a bike. I don't know if you guys remember, But I remember that even though my brother and my mom and my father told me what to do, I couldn't figure it out. And I fall and fall and fall and fall until one day I was running and rushing in the street, in the patio of my grandma's house. So sometimes it takes a while, but even if you feel imbalanced, it's a good thing because you are developing that new balance that is going to come. And you are Tui and Susan, they are talking about nursing something new. If you don't have anything new in your life, a project, a thing, an idea, something that you want to create it, because that new thing is going to come to anchor that new light into the physical that are going to help to jump into a lighter stage, into a more balanced stage for you. So if you have something new, if you are thinking, trying to manifest, it's a yes. It's a confirmation. But if you don't have anything new, create that new because it's going to be a yes. Whatever you create is going to be most likely manifested because it's part of the plan. I hope that makes sense. Let me see. We have a little bit more time. Ellie, I don't think I have read to you yet. Any message for you? I hope that helps, Susan. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Ellie, you guys are talking about open contact. Open contact it is. If you're ready and if you would like to, galactics normally, in Spanish, it will be kind of like tantear el terreno. But in English, it will be kind of like touching the field to see if you are ready. Kind of like, how do I say that? I'm going to put an example. Kind of like doing a yoga pose where you are finding your own equilibrium and you're going to go kind of like a yo-yo back and forward, trying to find your stability. So it feels like your galactic guides are saying that they haven't been very active into a contact with you because they are not sure if you are ready yet. But if you are ready, you can do meditations for galactics, you can set your intentions, and that open contact is going to be done in dream state, and they are offering you like upgrades and healing and guidance and things. And those galactic beings are Pleiadians. Yes, Pleiadians. They are you from the future, from another dimension, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll actually be at your support for anything you need. So if you say, yes, I want the open contact, set in your intentions and you can do Pleiadians meditations or any galactic meditations, Starseeds meditations. And that is going to be the bridge for that open contact to be created. Yes, to be done. I hope that helps. Let me see. You haven't seen so many upgrades in me. That is any message for me from my guides, Berta. The fact that this is what's coming, the fact that you don't notice the upgrades, it doesn't mean you don't have them. But I think you are not that present enough to notice that you are being upgraded. It's like, for example, I am doing certain changes in my physical body and I have been doing that for a year. And I don't notice, but when I see people that don't see me very often, my family, they say, oh, you are losing weight. Oh, you look different. Oh, you change your hair. So when people validate those changes is when I tend to look at me and say, oh, yes, I'm losing weight. I'm changing or whatever. You haven't had that validation for the outside world, so you haven't been noticing the shift. The shift is going to be visible gradually. It feels like it hasn't been that strong because your soul wants to do it gradually, so you shift balance the majority of the time. When we have those activations that are very powerful, sometimes that can create imbalance or a struggle, like when my mediumship was activated when I was talking to you guys in last video, because I didn't know what to do with it. And sometimes that can be stressful. I'm going to go with you, Billy, in a minute. So you are being activated. You haven't been noticing but it doesn't mean you are not being activated. You are. So stay present and try to surrender to your own processes. Sometimes we're going to choose to be activated. Sometimes we're going to choose not to be activated. It depends, because too much activations can be annoying too, because our world needs to elevate too. So we go a little bit and the world go a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Billy. Okay, for you, I have Lara and Vega. And what I'm seeing is protectiveness. I don't know if you are a good protector or you feel unprotected, but I think it is you are a good protector. That good protector is a very Lara lion feline characteristic. They are very caregivers. They are very protective. They care. They give. They make sure everyone they love, it is okay. If that it is in your personality, you guys are saying that pioneer your spirit into a higher reality, because you help all others to be well wherever they are, and that helps your reality that connects to you to matches a higher frequency. I hope that helps. At the same time, they are saying that, okay, I'm gonna go into that, Natalie, in a second. Okay, she called the activations very powerful. Okay, they are saying also about your feminine principle. Allow yourself to tune into that divine feminine side that you have, through love, to softness, to nurturing, to it's all gonna be okay, having faith, slowing down a little bit, and that is going to help you to balance everything that's happening to you lately. I hope that makes sense. Let me see. Nelia, any messages for me, please? Yes. Pleiadians again. What Pleiadians are saying is they're talking about blind enthusiasm. That it is like not knowing probably where you go because you are blind, but at the same time be happy about it. Be happy about it because everything is working out for you one way or another. Be happy about it and enthusiastic because the universe is supporting you in every step of the way. I hope that helps. Let me see who else I have. I'm glad I resonate with you, Faye. Okay, can I have a message? I think I already did, Belinda. Bill, I hope that helps for you. That resonate. I'm normally very accurate, but I'm human. Let me see who else. I think I need to refresh. Right here. Faye saying, I was in a grocery checkout and I was trembling so bad I couldn't wear the checkout to the machine. I must of was getting upgrades. Yes, but yes, it could be. But I think you're also learning to go with the flow. Sometimes we're learning to be patient. Sometimes we're learning to surrender, to accept many things. Susan, I'm glad you resonate with the message. Thank you so much. Let me see. And Natalie, I can find your comment. I know you asked something. But let me see. I can ask your guides. Okay. Could the activations be very painful, Gretel? Yes, they could. That's an excellent question. That's why we don't like to be that activated. that suddenly, because higher light is going to crack and push and disassemble the darkness, the blocks. And the blocks are going to come out on the surface, but sometimes we have those blocks rooted in the physical. Like, for example, maybe I have stone in my kidneys, or maybe I have something in my throat because I couldn't speak my voice or whatever. So that's why it hurts. It hurts because your physicality is actually morphing and changing so you can hold more light. That was excellent, excellent. Thank you, Gloria. Appreciate it. And Terry, I don't know if I already replied to you, but I'm gonna ask again. Okay, your guys this time, they are from Andromeda, so I welcome them. They look like beams of light. They look like beams made of sake geometry, probably. They have all rainbow colors. Very beautiful. They're talking about fluidity. Allow yourself to flow with whatever is happening into the reality, whatever you see, whatever may be happening around or inside of you. Because if you flow, you are going to be in the right side of life. When you flow, you don't allow anything to get stagnant or block or dense. You keep moving, moving and moving until you find the current that feels good for you and comfortable for you. I hope that helps. Let me see if I have any other message. Oh, that's awesome, Belinda. You have a strong connections with Lemuria. I do too. Feels like Lemuria, it's my essence from Earth. Gloria, any messages for me? Yes. Okay. Be a beacon of light. Don't forget that light, it is within you, glowing, sparkling at all time, at any moments. Even if it is cloudy in the sky or at night, it does not mean the sun it isn't shining. So don't forget that you are a beacon of light, and the more that you embrace it and acknowledge, the more it's going to be part of your reality. I hope that makes sense. There is a new chakra opening in the back of our necks. It's not a new chakra. We have, okay, I'm gonna explain the best way that I understand it. We have as many chakras as we can have. You can have 1,000, 150. Channelers have like 50 chakras in their crown, like spinning and doing. A chakra, it is a vortex of light into a frequency. Let's say that in the heart it is love or it is absent of love. Let's say that in the plexus it is power or insecurity. But I can have chakras in my hands, in my wrists, in my ears, in my tongue, in every part of my body if I want to or need to. Chakra, it is a wheel of energy where the frequency I'm being emanating flows or increase. Actually, it's an excellent question, Natalie. But the chakra that you are mentioning right here, I don't remember the name, that it is down the pineal gland and in the beginning of your back. This is where higher self will be. So if you are noticing any tingling sensation or electricity or something there, maybe it is because your higher self is being activated after the 11/11 in a new way. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. But you can activate it through your intention, or it will be activated if it is needed. Like, for example, for me, when I need to ground, I create 25 chakras below my feet. You don't have to have the normal 7 chakras. That is like a start. But actually chakras, I don't think they look like the way we picture them. They are all over us, like layers rippling light. And then my chakras are going to connect and engage and commingle with the chakra of everyone else. Sometimes a person can have the aura too wide and open. Sometimes it can be too tight. It's going to depend. Whenever you see those pictures of the aura, you never saw the chakras right here. You saw the chakras all over, the colors. Every color is going to be a chakra. Some people look like purple, like all this side, and then blue and orange. Sometimes people look like yellow. And at the same time, chakras change in color because it's going to be accordingly to what we vibrate. But we're going to have an essence color. Like, for example, my essence color is pink because I am a priest and I am a mermaid in my essence. So whenever I am in my pure light, I'm going to be soft baby pink. This is my color. But I will always have blue in my aura because I am a teacher, because I teach. So blue represents my divine masculine. Whenever I have twin flame within me, he will be the blue and I'm going to be the pink. And this is the connection that I have. But probably I got upset or angry and I'm going to be red or orange or yellow or whatever. I'm going to change. Normally we have one predominant color that is going to be what would define our aura the most, but that will change. Let me see. Because I read that chakra behind the neck, Natalie's saying it's opening the rainbow bridge. Is that true? Yes, it could be. Whatever we believe is true. So I never see it in rainbow because my higher self doesn't show to me like that, but probably for the person that wrote it, it is. And if you want to take on that belief and you accept it, it can be that for you. We copy beliefs, the good and the bads. So if that is a good belief that I think it is, you can download that for you and then believe it. And when you believe it, it's anchored into your own technology. I hope that makes sense. But you can have as many chakras as you want to, if you want to. It depends on what you do. Like, for example, people that is a very good manifestor, whenever I'm having the sessions, they have like a lot of chakras in their hands because they are doers. Probably someone that works in finances, in businesses, sometimes doctors, they have a lot of chakras in their hands. Like an engine, kind of like a big spaceship of light in their hands, or healers. Depends on what it is your strong chakra. I would suggest that you guys take some time to discern and feel what it is your strongest chakra. My strongest chakra is my heart. But some people have them in their plexus, some people have them in their sacral, in the root, in their hands, in their third eye, in their crown, depends. For me, I go between the crown and the heart and then the sacral, I think. Like Doctor Strange, yes. And chakra, sometimes the stronger chakra, it is the one that is more blocked because it is what represents our purpose in this life, what we are learning. If you want to, let me see if I have. Yes, actually, like Doctor Strange or now, I don't know if you guys saw the Eternals. This is kind of what I see when my third eye opens, that I see that I do and guys do. Like, for example, the other day I posted a twin flame code, a love code, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago. I saw myself in a vision in the hand of my higher self, and I was with my twin flame, and it looks as if we were getting married, kind of like that in the astral, and we were like breathing each other auras, kind of like that. It sounded weird, but it was magical, and all the energy, it was pink and blue. And then it was as if my higher self, it was giving us kind of like a blessing. And then light was coming like a waterfall of light. And then I tried to recreate the code the best that I could. But a lot of things happening at the energy level that we are not aware of. We don't know that we have been activated, that codes come and go, kind of like with Doctor Strange. We open portals all the time and close portals all the time. Every time you talk to someone, you create a portal, and our energy knows how to do those things. We don't have to do them. We could, if we would like to practice energy management, we could be, but it will require that we are more present within our own space. So we are very aware about what's going on. But sometimes it can be a little bit annoying because we're not used to be in charge about all of those things. But the more higher we go, the more automatic the aura clears, align, and do everything you need to do instantly, even manifestation. And I notice this for myself. Sometimes I send money to my mom, for example, or I pay something, and then at the same time someone purchase a drawing. So whatever I give, it's coming back to me. And then I said, oh my God, that's so awesome. It means that I am the synchronization of life. Yes? Let me see what Natalie says. Is the Eternals movie the spicy, the Anunnaki, the Reptilian War? Well, I don't know. I try not to take judgment on whatever could happen. Reptilians can be good or bad. Anunnakis could be good or bad. I can be good or bad. You can be good or bad. I'm no one to judge. If God doesn't judge, why would I judge? And in fact, I'm trying not to judge anything. I do believe things are always the way they are meant to be for a reason. Even bad things, it must be part of the plan, probably just to let us know we don't want that. But for whatever reason, we're choosing those things until we change our mindset, because I think this is our reality that we are creating. And sometimes we just have to be stubborn beings of light to embrace it with ease and grace. And if something bad happens, so be it. Like, for example, I don't think I will get COVID ever. I don't think so. But if I get COVID, so be it. I will embrace it. The best way I could, probably I suffer a little bit, but who cares? No big deal. I will just honor that. And if I have to die, so be it. I will die. Whatever. I will become an angel. Oh, so the more we embrace whatever happened, the more easiest life goes, because this is just an experience. The Eternals, how the places, hand Gaia, water, springs. Yes. I love it because I love the Eternals movie and Doctor Strange because I found out a lot of meaning. Probably it was not the best movie according to what the review says, but I like it because actually describe and the screen how I see the codes that flows that sometimes we don't see. So for me, it was like, so cool. This is what I see, right? So for me, it was like awesome. I like it. And at the same time, I think those movies help people that are not awake to awake more into the possibility that we have a multi-universe and a universe and different timelines, and that there are many truths beyond what we can perceive, and that are waking up to the fact that there are more things, or could be more things, about what we can believe. I hope that makes sense. Like, for example, my kids, my daughter, I think she had 10, and they had a WhatsApp group about law of attraction in their school because they wanted to manifest bigger presents for Christmas and more friends and things like that. I mean, for a 10-year-old. And she was saying, Mom, do you know you can manifest things? And I was like, I think I know a little bit about it. Right? So for me, it was just like, how different this childhood it is from the childhood that I had. Or for example, they talk about different universe, different realities because they are used to about what it is coming up in TV, in movies and things. They're more open to have contact with aliens, with whatever, not because I see those beliefs, but because it is vibrating right now in the reality. I think those movies, whether that it is true or not, imagination or not, they are preparing us to be open for that contact that I think is going to be very soon. I think it's going to be gradually. I don't think it's going to be like, oh, like aliens coming down to the White House like in a movie. I think it's going to start happening by persons and like individually, I think is the word in English, and then gradually, and then I don't know when, but probably soon, depending on the timeline that you guys are. We're gonna have that open contact with other realities, like Independence Day. Yes, Natalie. Yes, I don't think it's going to be like that. I don't think it is because we're not ready yet. And we're not ready yet because we're still trying to be inclusive with gay people, with black people, with Latino people, with toxic spiritual people. So until we can be inclusive with all humans and animals and plants in Gaia, I think we're going to be ready for a balanced, open contact with galactics. This is my unique perception, but whatever happens, I'm sure is going to be... They're not aliens, they are family. They are family, yes. That's a very good comment. And at the same time, they are us. Sometimes they are not aliens, they are us from other Earth or for future Earth that we perceive as aliens. So maybe they are not extraterrestrials, they are like for another universe. But I think the way to do it is through what's happening right now. Because I cannot figure it out or fix or understand what hasn't happened yet in this present moment. But for this present moment, everything ripples light as it's meant to be. This is the most important moment I can be and you can be. And I'm not saying this from an ego place. I'm saying because in my present moment, everything begins, create and shift, and is where I can always try to align myself into a better reality. This is something that I'm learning for the new course that is going to start on December, and I was kind of downloading the information. Look, life, it is like, how do I say that? Like images of illusion, of memory, that they have continuity that appears as if we have a life. And it's kind of like a movie, like, oh, like happening like a movie. But at any time, I can change this image and put another and change. So maybe I change and then maybe in my timeline, maybe reptilians doesn't exist. Or maybe Anunnaki doesn't exist. And I was talking this with a friend yesterday. Maybe Kennedy died all in my timeline. Maybe he wasn't killed. Maybe in another timeline, Hitler won the war. Maybe in another timeline, instead of being Spain the conquerors of Mexico, it was the ones from UK. So a lot of things have happened in so many different timelines. The history that we have it because movies and books and school, they tell us it's how it happened, but we have no proof because we wasn't there. Because memory, it is improved because memory change according to the frequency, the vibration that we are. It's a little bit confusing to explain, but destiny isn't settled. We have free will, but that free will always feed the destiny for the highest good of all. I hope that makes sense. Maybe I'm just confusing. I think that's it for today. Let me see if I have any last question. Was good. Thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate. God bless you and give you more. I'm trying to, the next time Facebook pay me the stars, I'm gonna try to get a better microphone because this one is dying. I feel. Okay, I think that's it. Yes, like the Mandela effect. Of course. I'm so grateful for being here. Thank you so much for taking some time of your day from your family and spending that with me. I hope I was being helpful. At the beginning of the video, I was talking about dreams and how you can remember. Dreams are like encoded messages from your unconscious. So pay attention. Pay attention, set your intentions, do your best. But if you don't have the capability to figure it out, let it be. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. Thank you so much for being here. I invite you next Saturday, same time. And remember, we have meditation at 5:55 a.m. and p.m. every day in Encoded Frequency. You guys can receive healing if you want to. You just need to sign up into the event part of the page. Of course, I will appreciate that. Thank you so much. And the ones that would like to be with me in a mentoring group, we're going to start on December. And that is going to have a team for the month. We're going to learn Akashic Records for the first time. I'm going to teach that. Codes, timelines, higher self, how to connect, how to channel, things like that. It's going to be a team of the month and then a one-on-one with me when I can give you assistance more specific for you. So stay tuned. I think like in 2 weeks, I'm going to post the teams. That is going to be a course for a year, a class. It is going to cost $59.99 per month. And at the end, we're going to have a diploma and then we're going to see if we do another one or that's it. But it's going to be for people that would like to figure out the light, probably to take an inventory about what you already know. So you guys integrate it in a different way. Sometimes people said, I took Reiki 10 years ago. Probably I should take it again. And at the same time, whether you would like to work with it as a light worker, as a way shower, the way I do, or do it for yourself and your family, maybe this course will assist you. So if you feel drawn to what I do and would like to join me in this new adventure, stay tuned. Have a beautiful day, for God's sake. It's weekend. Enjoy it. Bye-bye.